It's that there is two sides of every story, and today and starting today, you'll hear my side of the story.
Governor Ralph Torres, hours before his Senate impeachment hearing, unable to commit to showing up in person to the Commonwealth's first trial of its kind. Rather, his attorneys telling his story for him.
When you are asked the question, does clear and convincing evidence exist to sustain each article of impeachment against Governor Torres to remove him from the office of the governor? No will be the only fair and just answer.
The Senate addressed Articles 1, 2, and 3 over the course of 4 hours and with 5 witnesses Friday morning related to theft of utility services, misuse of public funds, and unlawful first-class travel. The governor's team is unopposed as a prosecutor and impeachment record are barred after technical errors and failed negotiations by the House. Perhaps the most shocking revelation came from former chief investigator at the Attorney General's Investigative Division, Lawrence Pangilinan, who disclosed that AG Edward Manabusan instructed him in 2019 to investigate the governor's premium travel. He said he reluctantly took his orders, but wanted to include all public officials.
So my recommendation was to go back and do a full audit, whether it be 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years time span, and recuperate the cost of those first class premium travels from everyone, to include the governor.
The governor's lawyers allege that current AG Manabusan, former AG Joey San Nicolas, Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios, and others traveled first class. They argue that travel regulations formed within the executive branch and reviewed by the Attorney General allowed the governor and lieutenant governor to fly in luxury, even though it contradicts current law. But it was the Office of the Public Auditor that sounded the alarm in 2020, and the provision was removed.
The AG himself, the Office of the Attorney General, was the one that created this confusion for numerous public officials, I might add, not just the governor, to travel first class around this time.
The governor's attorneys also brought Executive Director of Commonwealth Utilities Corporation, Gary Camacho, who says Torres' payments in the thousands were remedied after fixing a meter issue, and Torres only paid for one residence at a time, as allowed by law.
In your opinion, did Governor Torres commit theft of utility services as alleged?
No, not with CUC at all.
Other government witnesses spoke about the validity of trips to the mainland for official business, providing photos of meetings and social media posts by state officials. While arguments were brewing inside, cheers could be heard outside as a crowd of supporters gathered to stand by Torres. Meanwhile, the Senate is set to hear the remaining 3 articles of impeachment on Monday at 10 a.m.